Hello, fellow Trucksters, Fanboys, and Muskateers. It's me, Mario, back with another episode that only a few people are ever going to watch. So why, you may be asking yourself, do I spend hours writing, recording, and editing these videos if no one's ever going to watch them? Well, you may not ask yourself that question, but my wife certainly has. The answer is simple. It's because I'm a grown-up. You can't tell me what to do.
You can.
So with that tantrum out of the way, let's shift our focus to the topic of episode 4, and that is towing with the Cybertruck. For any first-time viewers, you should know that I plan to use the dual-motor Cybertruck that I've reserved to tow our 21-foot travel trailer to one of the many great state parks in and around Indiana. And after owning 3 different campers with 3 different tow vehicles, I know what I want and I know what I need in a proper towing machine. And this is why I've decided to dedicate an entire episode to why I believe the Cybertruck has the potential to be the best tow vehicle of all time. Before we get into it, I'd like to thank those who might be returning to the channel and who have seen episodes 1, 2, or 3. Thank you for your support. And while I have your attention, please consider liking or even subscribing to the Hoosier Cybertruck channel. I'll pause briefly to give you a chance. As a little extra incentive, here's a meme to tickle your fancy. So let's get into it. I'll be discussing towing with the Cybertruck in 2 parts. First part being what we know about the Cybertruck, and the second part will be where we dream like St. Elon can make all of our wildest towing dreams come true. Starting our list of towing features that we know the Cybertruck will have is the adaptive air suspension. When towing a full load, a traditional suspension can bottom out the rear end and even lift up the front tires off of the ground. This can affect the vehicle's steering as well as braking performance. With an adaptive air suspension, the vehicle can remain level with all 4 wheels planted firmly on the ground, like where they're supposed to be. Another possible benefit of the adaptive air suspension could be eliminating the need for a weight distribution hitch. With all the campers that we've owned, I've added one of these hitches, which basically distributes the tongue weight of the trailer to the tow vehicle's axles. It also ensures that the trailer is level, which improves aerodynamics and handling. Having one of these hitches professionally installed on our current camper cost over $600. It's possible with the Cybertruck's adaptive air suspension that a weight distribution hitch won't be necessary. Right there is some ammo that you can use with your spouse or significant other to justify the cost of the Cybertruck. Providing you value is my goal. We also know that the Cybertruck will have autopilot with full self-driving capability, auto park, and trailer docking. Let's look at these individually, starting with full self-driving. Now, some of you may not know this about me, but I am getting old. Just look at how young I looked back in episode 1. I chose to get full self-driving capability because I truly hope that this will be the last truck that I ever purchase. As I get older, my vision and reflexes will get worse, and the AI will only get better. I expect that the Cybertruck will actually be a better driver than me. So what does full self-driving look like when you're towing a trailer? Well, that's a great question, and I have no idea. For those of you who may not have a lot of experience towing, generally speaking, you need more of everything. More stopping distance, more room to make a turn, especially right turns, and more money for gas. How the computers adjust for the additional 10, 20, or even 30 additional feet of trailer behind your vehicle is a really big question. I also wonder how routing to the destination may be affected. Personally, when I'm towing, I'll choose a less stressful, easier drive, even if it means adding a few extra minutes. I suppose that full self-driving capability may be limited when towing. If that's the case, I'm going to be sad, and I know Elon would never want that. The next feature included with autopilot is auto park, which is a super convenient feature, as parallel parking a full-size pickup can be a little dicey. It's surely a leading contributor to wheel rash. But how does auto park work when you're hooked up to a trailer? If you've never backed up a trailer into a parking spot, campsite, or whatever, It has the potential to be one of the most stressful experiences of your life. It's certainly enough to test any marriage, or so I've heard. Love you, babe. Any sort of automation that will make the process of backing up a trailer easier is an absolute game changer. With Tesla's camera technology, engineering, and innovative problem solving, there is a real opportunity to solve one of the most challenging aspects of towing. And even though I've paid my dues and developed some muscle memory to back up our camper, any feature to make this process easier is one of the things I'm most excited about. The last feature under autopilot is trailer docking, which essentially enables you to hook up your trailer, boat, camper, whatever, all by yourself because you're a big boy now. Back in the old days, if you were by yourself and you needed to hook up a trailer, the process looked something like getting in the truck, backing it up a little bit, getting out, seeing how close you were, estimating it, getting back into the truck, backing in again, getting out, checking your work, rinse, repeat. So the process was pretty tedious and could take a good 10-15 minutes, depending on the situation. Trailer docking technology or features aren't that unique. Almost every modern day pickup truck has some sort of feature that allow you to get lined up with the trailer that you're trying to hook up. But remember, the Cybertruck also has an air suspension. With that, you could potentially lower the back end and expedite the process by eliminating the need to raise the tongue of the trailer. That would be awesome. Now's the fun part. Let's put on our thinking caps and think about all of the things that make towing a chore and how the Cybertruck might make our wildest towing dreams come true. The first group of towing specific features I would love to see are all about real-time data. Every day, and you know you've seen this if you've driven on any public road, people are stretching and oftentimes breaking their vehicles' towing and payload capacities. I've seen this firsthand as people are pulling into the campground with way more camper than what their half-ton pickup truck is surely rated for. Knowledge is power, and in the case of towing, knowledge can potentially prevent accidents from happening. A couple of examples of data that I think would be super helpful would be tongue weight and payload. Tongue weight is defined as weight that a fully loaded trailer exerts downward on the hitch ball of the tow vehicle. I would like to know the real-time tongue weight so that I know if I need to use a weight distribution hitch or if I need to adjust the cargo in the camper to be more in the middle. The definition of payload is the maximum amount of weight, including people and cargo, you can safely add to a vehicle. While payload isn't specific to towing, driving a vehicle with too much stuff in it is prone to accidents because it takes longer to stop and is generally less stable. One of the challenges with calculating payload is that it can be difficult to estimate the weight of the people and the stuff in your vehicle, and that can change multiple times a day. Luckily, the Cybertruck has an absolute beast-like payload capacity of 3,500 pounds, so it's going to take a lot to overload it. For perspective, my 2012 F-150 with towing and payload packages only has around 1,700 pounds of payload. Bottom line, a real-time measurement of payload will enable better decision making. Another feature I'm hoping to see, possibly as part of a towing package, would be an integrated trailer brake. A trailer brake allows you to automatically or manually activate your trailer's electronic brakes. You don't want to have to rely on your vehicle's brakes because they weren't designed for all of that extra weight. An integrated trailer brake is a feature that you see in most modern pickup trucks, so I would be surprised if we don't see this in some way. I would really hate to have to clutter the dash with an aftermarket trailer brake. Sticking with this theme of a towing package, I'm hoping we get a couple of wheel and tire options. While I really like the looks of the aggressive off-road wheels and tires on the prototype, I'm going to be towing way more than going off-road. I'd like to have the option of wheels at around 17 or 18 inches with E-rated road tires. On my Tundra, I had aftermarket wheels and BF Goodrich KO2 E-rated tires that I think looked really good, but also performed well while towing. The Rivian R1T has 3 wheel and tire options that follow this logic, so I'm hoping that Tesla follows suit. The last towing feature I'd like to see isn't actually a towing feature, but rather a being towed feature. That is, the ability to be flat towed by a motorhome. For those who have a motorhome, towing a car is a very popular option because it enables you to leave the motorhome at the campground and go explore and run errands. You'd be surprised at just how few vehicles out there are capable of being flat towed, which is the least labor intensive and least expensive option for towing a vehicle with a motorhome. However, one vehicle was just added to that list. Any guesses? It's the Rivian R1T. A flat tow Cybertruck would be an amazing exploration vehicle for people with a motorhome. So I think that's everything I have to say about towing with the Cybertruck. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. I really would appreciate it. And I'll see you truckers later.